We have time for one more question, Josh, and this comes from Old School Guy 77. Do you think Walker Buehler is going to play this year? I mean, we've been talking about the Dodgers and how good they're going to be, the starting rotation, everything, and all that's done without talking about Walker Buehler because he underwent Tommy John surgery. I don't think he's been officially ruled out. I think he talked recently saying that he's going to try to be back by the end of the season. So anything can happen, Josh, but what are your kind of thoughts and predictions this far out of the year?
Well, he's like 6 months into his rehab, and typically recovery is about to it's between like 12 and 16 months, right? So if he's on the back end of that, then no, I don't think he comes back. If he's on the front end of that, if it's around 12 months or 13 months, then yes, I think that there's a reasonable chance. There's a chance that he plays at the end of the season, or maybe he's back around postseason. But again, if he comes back for the playoffs and the Dodgers pitching has been good, it's kind of one of those questions like, do you play Walker Buehler, who hasn't pitched in over a year, over a team that's been pretty good? We had our whole lineup composition show going into the playoffs, and we had to exclude some guys, and I certainly hope it doesn't come down to that. But yeah, if he's on the back end of that, like say 15-month recovery time, then no, I don't. I think it's very unlikely that he plays this year.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly get up Dustin May's game log and see how he progressed. So Dustin May, his last game in 2021 was May 1st, and then I believe he got his Tommy John surgery a week or two after, so probably around the middle of May, and he was able to return to the Dodgers, August 20th was when he made his season debut this past year, so middle of May to the middle of August. Walker Buehler last year, he pitched
And that was about 13 or 14 months.
He pitched
right?
June 10th, yeah. So he pitched June 10th. I don't know when exactly he got his surgery, but I want to say a couple weeks after that, so maybe end of June. So if Dustin May's last game was May 1st and he came back August 20th, Walker Buehler's a month and a half later, and that's assuming everything goes according to plan. He's able to, rehab fully. He's able to stay healthy. That means if he's on the same trajectory as Dustin May, that has him returning like at the very end of September, early October. And by that point, it's like you said, is it worth it? Do the Dodgers want to bring him back? If they were to bring him back, if Walker Buehler was able to come back healthy, I don't think it would be as a starting pitcher. I think they would just say, listen, let's just build him up to go one inning, maybe 2 innings out of the bullpen potentially. I think it'd be a nice piece, but I guess based on when he did get the surgery, it does give a glimmer of hope because, again, this is just going off Dustin May's timeline, which could be entirely different. But if you go off of Dustin May's timeline, he could return middle of end of September, but that's assuming a lot of things go right and he's able to come back. And that's also assuming the Dodgers even are willing to bring him back at that point.
I hope the Dodgers are in a position where they don't feel like they have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the timetable for Dustin May was around that 13 to 14 month rehab, and that barely brought him back.
Yeah.
So add on another month and a half, and let's say that they're on the same timetable, then he's getting in right at the start of the playoffs.
Yeah.
If he's on the shorter end of it, where it's like 12 months, then that takes away that month and a half, kind of. And then he's coming back the exact same time as Dustin May. If that's the case, then sure. Okay, like let's bring him back. Let's see what he's got for the season and not push it. Give him a couple of innings and ease him back in the way they did with Dustin May. But that's if he's on, the 12-month kind of recovery thing and he's ready to go. It's not worth rushing him back because he's a guy that by the end of this season, for the upcoming year, he's going to be your guy again, right? Or you would hope that he would be. So I don't see a reason to rush him back. My general answer is I think that it would be unlikely to see Walker Buehler this year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm entering the season not expecting to see him return. If somehow he's ahead of schedule and he pitches, that would be great, but I'm expecting him to be shut down for the entire year see him in 2024 fully healthy and helping the Dodgers next season. But again, if he's ahead of schedule, he's able to help the Dodgers in September as a reliever, I'll take that. That would be great.